Hello? Check, check.
Hey, what's up,
Yo,
Rob?
My fucking headphone jack isn't working.
Hey, we got to try and watch the F bombs tonight. Just to break it to you on air.
oh, that's
Yeah,
true. I
I
didn't
can do
even
that.
think
I can
about
do that.
that.
All right, hold on. Time out.
You're good.
Hello? Check.
Yo,
Hey, we hear you just fine.
I'm not. Yeah, but you're coming through the phone and not my headphones. What the fuck?
that's weird.
Why are you coming through? This is stupid. How about now? Check.
I hear you just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Apparently, there's an option in Discord now to send it to the head. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. If I plug in headphones, like I want to use them. That's why I
Right.
plugged them in. Okay, I'm good.
All right, so for the live stream, I learned we do got to watch the F bombs a little bit tonight. Okay.
Word. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool.
All right. So we got Benji.
Oh, hey, Kyle, we're live.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, I figured we'd
Otherwise,
start.
I would have suppressed that second F bomb.
No, yeah, I forgot. You can't see what I'm doing, but yeah, I figured we'd start live before the show. Anyone who can join us, give us a second to go ahead and share the link. You know, if you guys are on YouTube, wouldn't hurt to put it out there.
Oh, the
Cool.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Hey, look, my phone's like, you're live. I should have already known. It was in my notification.
What'd y'all think of tonight's show?
I thought it was excellent.
Man, it was good,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
It was good.
Except for the end match, I'll be honest. I seriously couldn't have been less invested in a match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't like. I don't like 6-man tags, let alone 15-man. Come on. Why was Cedric Alexander in there? Where did he come from? Did they just
Why
kind of
not?
randomly threw a dart at him?
Why not?
Why not?
Well, I mean, I say that because the other 9 guys had a reason for being there.
Oh, so someone like Cedric doesn't?
I mean, what they could have at least had him walking by, like, oh, y'all need some help? Yes, we do. Okay, there. Now he's part of the match. Now he has reason to be there. He just kind of randomly showed up. I'm like, how did this guy get in this match?
I think he has just as much reason as anybody else.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. No, he didn't have reason because they didn't give me the reason. You can't just.
He
I mean,
was-
I'm all about keeping it kayfabe.
He was
but
in the
come on
match
now.
with AJ earlier and got jumped by the
Yeah,
OC.
yeah.
Okay, you're right. Never mind. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. So what's up, Benji?
Well, I'm ready to get this started.
Do you watch Raw tonight on the down low?
Oh, are we live? Are we good?
Maybe, maybe not.
We're live, but we haven't officially went live yet.
Okay, so I'm ready to go.
I'm still waiting on our 30-minute intro. You know, find us all on Twitter. You know, find us.
Hey, now listen, man. That's like
I mean,
90
I'm
seconds.
Not, I'm
at
not
most.
criticizing. I'm just saying. I mean, that's how we know we're live.
Yeah,
You
no,
can
it's
know where you can.
it's how we
find
know
us.
we're recording.
Everywhere you can find us.
Yeah.
Like pretty soon, Kyle's gonna start giving our mailing address. Like, really want to get a hold of us.
Hey, now, yeah. Hey, listen, man. Rob can be found in Detroit at 32 Elm Street Way.
8 Mile Road.
8 Mile Road, yeah.
I've upgraded, man. I'm officially 8x2 road.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
shit. He moved to 1119.
Yeah. So everyone good? No one got to take a piss?
No, I have my colostomy bag. I'm good.
God, Jesus Christ.
Real fast, super quick plug. I was doing a Destiny raid once, and like a raid
Oh
is
my
6 people, and it could take like hours. And it was with all LFGs. We were all randoms. Nobody knew anybody. And this one guy goes, "Okay, guys, time out. I gotta go take a piss." And I was like, "Oh, you don't have a piss bucket for your raid?" And this other guy thought I was serious. He's like, "You're fucking disgusting," and he left. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's like, "You're freaking disgusting," and he left.
Oh my God. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay. Anyways. Oh, man. Who's that messing with their mic real quick?
It's
not
me,
me.
man. I'm sorry.
You're good.
This guy. I'm sorry. That's another Destiny plug that I don't know about. I'm sorry.
Oh, this guy.
Oh
I
my
love my
God.
Destiny, bro.
Yeah?
Sorry, man. I'll put it out there. If I had to choose between wrestling and Destiny, I'm gone, guys.
Rob, as a random gift, I almost bought you a pack of Pokemon cards today. Or no,
Yeah,
yesterday.
man,
Yesterday while I was at Walmart. Yeah.
I would have been stoked, man. I love my
Yeah.
Pokemon cards.
No, I saw them.
So,
I was
man-
like, man, they're only like $10. I could get Rob a pack.
Speaking of Pokemon cards, I have a tournament Saturday, and like I thought it was this random like $5 league, but it's a $20 cup. I'm like, damn, okay, because I'm on a budget, whatever. So I'm like, okay, but now it's a serious tournament. I gotta like make my deck a little better. Not that I'm gonna win, but I want to at least have a chance. And there's basically a card called Ditto Prism Star. Then I'm like, okay, well I gotta put that in my deck. I can't find it. I bought one when they were $6 like months ago. I'm like, well, okay, I guess I gotta buy another one when I get there. It's like a $20 card now, man. I'm like, I don't have $40 to go spend on Pokemon. Come on now.
God.
So I'm gonna be going without the Ditto Prism Star, which kind of sucks.
That
So I'm
sucks,
gonna
man.
lose anyway, but
Oh, well.
still. Like I dug through my stuff, and like that's part of the reason I didn't realize that Cedric fought AJ. I ain't gonna lie. Like to start a Raw, I was digging through Pokemon cards.
Jeez.
Just saying.
Colin says this intro is nearly as long as David Starr's announcer intro. Look, we're not actually recording the show yet. I'm just making sure we're all set. We start in 1 minute at 11:15. This is just the before the show.
Speaking of Pokemon theme, I hope Kylie Ray's okay, man. I really, truly do.
God.
I don't look behind the scenes too often, but she is my spirit wrestler, and she just vanished, man. Like out of nowhere. Like when something's wrong with a wrestler, something leaks. Something. Oh, she stubbed her toe, or she had shoulder surgery. Kylie Ray just disappeared. She just vanished, man. What happened? Like
I don't know, man.
I want to know. Like it's bad. I just want to know she's okay, man. Like, even if she's never going to wrestle again, I just want to know she's okay. A spirit wrestler.
All right, you guys ready?
I
Yes,
think so.
sir.
All right, let's go in 3, 2. Hey folks, welcome to the Smack Drop Podcast, your home for all your WWE and AEW reviews and recaps, pay-per-view predictions. It's Kyle and a whole bunch of us here. Who we got tonight, man? We got what, Rob? You hear Rob? That must be Rob. I hear Baron Corbin's music, like loud as day. Jesus. We got Benji and Kevin with us tonight as
I've been
well.
waiting all day to do that.
Thanks,
Carry
Rob.
on.
Yeah, no, thanks. Our first live show, and you got to interrupt the damn intro with Barry Corbin, you dick.
It makes sense.
It makes sense, right? Yeah.
I got to introduce myself to the live world. That's me, y'all. I do things like that.
Oh, my
Just saying.
God. Listen, man. Listen. Thank you for joining us. We are live on YouTube right now. Of course, though, you could be listening to us on what? Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, Google Play, and iTunes. We're on Twitter at SmackDrawPod. If you're watching the live feed, you'll see our name scrolling across. Otherwise, we'll leave all our Twitter handles in the comments section or whatever, the description of the show. We're here to discuss Monday Night Raw at Madison Square Garden, man. A show that had a lot of doubt, a lot of stuff leaking out there of attendance falling short. But tonight, man, it looked like they showed up.
There was
Totally.
really rumors
Yeah,
that they
no one-
fell short on attendance at Madison Square Garden. Are you being serious?
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden, they sell anything out. You could have like a clown on a unicycle and they would sell out.
Oh, my God. What the
I
fuck?
mean, I'm being serious. Like, that's Madison Square. That's like the biggest arena ever. And they had, no, get out of here.
Oh, my God.
I'm being for real, y'all. Get out of here with them rumors. Come on, man.
Oh, no, man. They showed up, man. The show opened with Stone Cold, man. Benji, how'd you like that,
they
by
were
the
hype.
way?
Yo, every time you hear that glass shatter, man, I don't care who you are, you're gonna mark.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Dude, Stone Cold owns the crowd. No matter where he goes, man, he owns the damn moment every time. Holy moly. It was really good. Before we get like into the show beat for beat, man, what'd y'all think? Was it like pay-per-view level in some parts?
Yeah, women's match. That
Oh,
was
yeah, that
excellent.
was-
That was excellent content. Excellent.
Yeah.
I think this whole show, they all came out with something like this was just, it didn't feel like, oh, it's just a regular Raw or whatever. This one, it just, everything felt like it had a purpose, was on it today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I completely agree. Even the matches that a lot of them that we were overlooking still had their like high moments.
You know how good this show was? This show was so good, Lacey Evans looked good.
No, Lacey Evans made the show look good. There's a difference.
Rob, come on now. You got to let us take a dig at you because you got a high
Let's
point
go.
coming in this show.
You're good, man.
Yeah, I already know
sure
you
am.
got a real high point coming. Man. You got to let us have our digs. Holy cow. Oh, man. No, the show was awesome, dude. I really can't think of a part that I was sitting there, like, really upset. I mean, there's a couple outcomes that I wanted to see different, but, I mean, overall, like, the show as a whole, man, was solid. I mean, you can't deny it. You can tell they treated MSG like it was special. I think that's really what it came across as. Not to mention,
Because
it
it
was
is
a go-home show.
special.
Rob, wasn't your go-home show that you attended just
My
as good?
go-home show was garbage, man. Like, I forgot it was even a go-home show until you guys said something, and then I got salty. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, y'all had like 15 matches. I had 2.
To be fair, we're comparing New York to Detroit.
Hey, no. See, your dig is like not valid because I already said Madison Square was the biggest arena in the world. I wasn't joking. Just saying.
Oh,
Leave my stadium alone. Everybody in that stadium got broken hearts.
Oh man. Show open with Stone Cold, man. We got our moderating segment between for the contract signing between Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins. It did not result in either of the guys going through the table, so that was a change. You know. But pretty much during it, man, it was really the Stone Cold show. Let's not lie about this. Like, everything that happened, it was about Stone Cold popping the show off and, like, to begin the night, you know. AJ Styles came out with the OC. AJ busted out a Stone Cold impression, which honestly was really good. And Braun and
That was
Seth
good.
were playing fanboys when they were in the ring with him. I mean, it really was all about Stone Cold. And, I mean, who's going to complain? Give Stone Cold the opening 15 minutes to Raw. Dude, you can't be mad at that. No one gonna follow it? Okay, I'll keep going.
I thought we cut out for a second. I was letting someone else have a turn. Y'all go, man.
No, we cut off. Listen, and maybe it's a reason why he blocked me, but I have to say, Seth Rollins is the corniest, most cringiest mother I've ever seen in my life. This dude is cringe, man. Can I do the what? Like, come on, bro. Can I do the what? Come on, man.
I
This is
agree.
the same
I
guy
That
agree.
was pretty awful.
This was the same guy advocating that this is the best show. I don't care what other promotions there are. I'm planting my flag down. We're the best. Whatever, whatever, whatever.
And I have
he's over
money.
here, right? And then he's over here doing this
Yeah.
cringe shit. Like, nah, bro.
Nah, bro.
Nah, it ain't.
Yeah.
I wasn't with that, man.
He's like, I hate it when they do the what chant. Has he even been worth a what chant, like, ever? I've never seen a what chant when he was around.
I
They
don't
were what
know.
chanting because Stone Cold's around, and he's the originator of said chant. Nobody cared about you.
Speaking of which, man, the crowd gave like a supercharged, like, what chance? Like, they were just going crazy with it throughout the whole
yeah.
thing, man.
To me, it just feels like they want Seth Rollins to be cool by osmosis. Just by being next to somebody cool by that proximity, it'll rub off on. But
No.
nah, bro.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's
Maybe that's why I'm blocked by him. I don't know.
maybe it wouldn't surprise me. The whole segment did divulge into a brawl, which culminated with Stone Cold giving AJ Styles a stunner in the middle of the ring.
Yo, he sold that
Oh.
stuff.
Yeah, it was good. Dude,
He almost
Best
went out the
stunner ever.
damn ring, man.
That was awesome.
you think every modern day wrestler like seriously appreciates getting Stone Cold stunnered by Stone Cold
I mean, bro, look, you
in
gotta
front of
think
a live
about it.
crowd? That's got to be a dream, what?
Now, look at it. You're getting stunned by Stone Cold in front of a live
Yeah.
crowd in Madison Square Garden, man. Come on.
That's like it's like
Come
headlining and pay per view right there. Like it's the same level of enjoyment. Oh man. Oh, it was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we we cut to commercial. We come back. AJ's still out in the ring, right? And so I'm not gonna lie. Behind the scenes, we were all kind of jonesing to see the Fiend possibly jump Stone Cold. That's really what we wanted.
I wasn't.
I wanted it.
You guys were.
Yeah,
No.
Rob don't want it.
Yo. I didn't want it either, man. I love Stone Cold. Are you kidding me?
Like, Shawn Michaels was my favorite, and I'd be okay with Shawn Michaels. Hey, get him, boo. Get over. But Austin, no, you don't touch Steve Austin. He's a rattlesnake. I suppressed an F-bomb, just saying. He's a rattlesnake. He is the toughest SOB to ever be in the wrestling ring. You don't mandible claw Bray Wyatt, Fiend, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Tomorrow, Undertaker, get him, boo. Get him.
Get the
Austin,
Undertaker.
nope.
Hey, I'm all for
Even
it.
The Rock. Let The Rock come out and give him The Rock in his face.
Oh,
Boom, you're
especially
done.
The Rock.
Nope, not Austin. Nope. The one guy I don't agree with.
Yeah, no, I hope he gets the Undertaker. I'm not gonna lie. What do you guys think?
That'd be great. I'm about that one.
I mean, maybe this goes against what Rob was saying, but I would have loved to see him get Stone, give him a little mandible claw, take him out.
Man, I was pulling for it when he was going up the ramp. I was like, oh, there's no other wrestlers around. You can get him.
Yeah.
Nah, I wasn't for it though. Wasn't for it. We cut to commercial. We come back. AJ still laid out in the ring. Cedric Alexander's music hits. I'm kind of confused, but then they announced that it's the match, and Cedric wasted no time, dude. He got in that ring and he started giving it to AJ the second they rang that bell. Man, he was trying to capitalize on that stunner, man.
For sure.
Yeah, like the match was good. Cedric was what you'd say. Cedric was in control the majority of that match, right?
Yo,
Oh yeah.
my guy Cedric came out and shot, man. Like, he was crisp on everything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked good.
No. He,
So then you had some people question why he was in the main event. I think this match showed you why he was in.
But some people were busy digging in Pokemon cards, so they forgot this match was happening.
Oh man. Yeah, Cedric was good, man. The match was I don't know. I mean, I guess like during the match, I was like, okay, either something's got to happen. Cedric ain't just gonna win right here and then get U.S. title shot like that. But I was starting to believe it. OC eventually gets in, get involved. They get AJ DQ'd. as they're beating Cedric down, out comes the Viking Raiders, and this was a welcome of change right here.
They're not coming out for a squash. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Rob Sediment, man. Rob Sediment right there. Yes.
I mean, I don't particularly care for what they got put in, but I will take it over a squash on some local jobbers that got a payday to get squashed.
Yeah, no, I mean I will too. They're carrying on that what? Like, wasn't it because like the other week there was the tag team turmoil, like tag gauntlet, whatever, and OC and the Raiders they got themselves DQ'd, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was like a continuation of that. Thought it might lead into a tag match. We were wrong, but only for a moment, because it was shortly announced after that this. Oh well, actually, hold on. Like the whole Raiders like coming to help out. They did end up giving Carl Anderson the Viking experience. We still got to deal with that name nowadays. But Anderson, yeah, man, he took the blunt of that. But that was pretty much it for that segment. God, I don't know, man. See, I'm I'm looking at my notes, and what comes up next is the Roman's endorsement for Connor's cure, and I don't even know how to approach this, man. Like, I'll let one of you.
I gotta say,
we're all parents here.
I don't have any kids or anything, but I gotta say, yo, when there's not a lot that can move somebody, you know, especially like through life and everything, because it's whatever. But this moment hit you in the feels, man. Like when those kids came out, like that was real. You could just look at Roman's face, like his eyes said everything. They were so expressive, and like you can't even put that into words. So say what you want about WWE or corporations or whatever, charities, whatever, but this moment was real, and you could just look at those kids, man. Look how they were smiling, like how happy they were. Put a price on that, man. And like I would have had that segment be as long as it could be. It's whatever, man. It was for those kids, everything.
Absolutely.
I mean, Kevin and Rob, you guys are parents. It makes you appreciate your kids having good health and the time you have with them.
Oh, for sure.
Because it really isn't guaranteed at the end of the day,
Yeah.
Really not.
Yeah, that's all I could think of, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was getting choked up. Watching it. I mean, really, it's not a segment to really recap and like rank or anything, but it really was just Roman Reigns and the WWE bringing out some local kids who are struggling and fighting cancer, and giving them a platform to be seen, giving them a moment in the sun, having the crowd cheer for them. It was all around a good moment. I mean, you can't really put too much more on that. It was a good moment. It's best said, I guess. Like
they could have made it better for the kids though if like Wyatt would have come out that and then Reigns would have got. That would have been great.
God, dude,
all about that. And like the kid can be like, I watched Roman Reigns get got by the Fiend. What you got? You got nothing.
Rob,
Book it, man. Book it.
The kids would have appreciated the hell out of that.
Right?
Yeah,
They got to see like a story.
And, I mean, the crowd would have appreciated Roman Reigns getting got.
Oh,
I mean,
man. And you go from a feel-good moment like this to just an awesome, incredible match. I think in my opinion, gotta be match of the night. Becky and Charlotte taking on Bayley and Sasha. Holy cow, man! The mood was set. All four of these women have insane chemistry. Rumor has it, you guys, that these women might be facing off in a fatal 4-way main event at WrestleMania next year, 2020.
Book it now.
As much as we do podcasts, as much as people watch wrestling, whatever, you kind of normally know what to expect, whatever. But there's every so often, there's one match where it's just, even from the entrances, shit, man, this is gonna be different. Like, there's just a different vibe. As soon as they walked in, it was just a different feeling. And then they encapsulated all of that. That just built up frustration, just of being held back, of whatever they went through, all, and they just let loose in that ring, just tore the house down.
Yeah, I
There
mean, I
there
was
were
losing it.
there were two "This is awesome" chants during that goddamn match. It was awesome. You know?
I appreciate the fact this match got 2 commercial breaks. It lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
It's an off day when you're like, man, I appreciate commercial breaks in a match because it just showed they giving them time, man. Oh my god, dude! You guys saw me in the group chat, dude. I was losing my stuff. I really
Oh, yeah.
was, man. I was losing my head. The spots, the chemistry, the string of moves, like all 4 of these women interacted with each other so fluent and flawless. There's no way, like, we can't sit here and go spot by spot and play it out. It was just, like I said, the chemistry and momentum and rhythm of the match, everything clicked. The story being told was really great. The surprising aspect, I think, was how well Becky Lynch and Charlotte got along. You were expecting some sort of dissension or something, but no, they worked together like they've been teaming for years. Yeah, it was a crazy match. Did come to an end. Charlotte and Becky win after Charlotte hits Bayley with the natural selection. So it's official. Becky and Charlotte have pinned cleanly the first WWE Women's Champions, if you exclude the titles that were around in like the 70s and 80s. But yeah, they got a win over WWE's first women tag team champions, man. It was just, what a match. It was awesome.
Yeah, there really wasn't a bad moment in that whole match.
No.
You know, I was like at the edge of my seat the whole time. Like, I can't say enough good things about it. It was so good.
That stuff just took you back to what they were doing. This is the kind of stuff they were doing
Yeah.
night in, night out, you know?
Yo, if this is seeds for a WrestleMania match, oh god, set it up. I don't even care if it's the main event or not, because sometimes the main event, a WrestleMania, we all know it's like 6-7 hours long. So by the time the main event comes around, you're pretty much too exhausted to appreciate it to its fullest anyways. So I wouldn't even care if this came midway through, like the Kofi and Bryan spot in this year's in WrestleMania, because that was arguably the most that was like got the most reactions out of the crowd and everybody, because no one was drained by that point. But yeah, man, give him that fatal 4-way at WrestleMania, dude. Do it like yesterday, seriously.
Absolutely.
All right, so
What do we get next?
man, we got.
Let me hear it.
So besides backstage, the OC getting interviewed and interrupted by Ziggler and Rude, and they offer like the bad guys Avengers Club, we did get Rey Mysterio and Grand Metalik, and boy, oh boy, hot damn, dude. Is this the state? Oh, Rob.
Who was this guy that Ray fought? Like, I'm being 100%. Is he a thing? Was he a jobber? Have I seen him before? I just don't remember. I'm being serious as a heart attack, man. I don't know who this guy was.
Even when Rob's genuine, he knows how to shit on people.
I am being dead serious. I'm not trying to shit on anybody. Have I seen this guy? If so, then yes, I'm shitting on him, and I'm sorry. I don't.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Is he? I'm not even gonna ask it because I'm probably getting more laughs. Is he part of the Lucha Funhouse guys? the house party guys? I'm being serious.
Disrespect.
I don't know who this guy is.
No, I'm dying over here, Rob. Stop.
What's funny is I'm being for real. I don't know who this guy is.
Get woke, man.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Rob, do you...
I mean, is he
So I think it's
Is he a
obvious
legend
Rob
and I
has
should
never
be ashamed of
watched.
myself?
Rob has never watched a single episode of our podcast where we recap 205 Live and NXT.
No,
That
is
shows it
that where
right
he's from?
there.
That's why. I don't give a shit about 205 Live, man. I don't even have time for SmackDown and Raw.
Oh my god.
Well, even if that were true, he's come out on Raw many a time, so I don't feel like that.
Oh my gosh. No, that was good. That was
Now, I do want to throw it out there with the Flipsy dudes and the way my man kept up with Ray. Maybe he should be upgraded from 205 Live. I will throw that out there. Just saying. Just saying.
The flipty doos.
Benji, can you walk us through this match? I'm dying over here.
I don't have the words for.
Oh man. Oh. Did either of you guys
What's
know
even funnier is when I was watching this match, I literally flipped the coin if I was going to ask you guys who this guy was or not. I swear to God.
Go ahead, Kai. Take us through.
The disrespect for Grand Metalik at one time simultaneously held 4 titles in CMLL. And Rob's like, is this a jobber? Oh, man. Jeez Louise. Rob, oh, jeez, never change. Never change, Rob. Man, these two tore the house down. In my opinion, they had the uphill task to follow an incredible women's tag match rather, and they somehow still kept up. Man, the match, in my opinion, was a little too short, but it was still great nonetheless. These guys, once again, just reusing everything I just said about like all the 4 horsewomen, man, had incredible chemistry. They've been wrestling each other like they've been doing it for years. It was slick. Ray looked fresh. Grand Metalik hits a nasty super kick. Oh boy, almost took Ray's mask off with that kick. But in the end, ultimately Ray wins, hits a 619 to a frog splash. And a great show of respect after the match. I mean, I got nothing bad I could say about this. Colin in the chat says Lucha Funhouse, and then he burst out laughing. Oh man, no, jeez Louise. Yeah, this was good. Rob, you didn't know who he was before the match. You know who he is now?
I do. The guy that lost to Ray on Raw.
Oh my god.
I am not part of.
Oh, Benji, I'm sorry, man. I'll see you Wednesday, all right?
What happened after this match?
What are you guys covering Wednesday? 205 Live?
In NXT, yeah. I mean, Rob, it's only been part of the show's lineup for like several months now. Okay, like it's the whole reason Benji's here. Oh, we got the announcement for the 10-man tag match. OC with Rude and Ziggler versus Rollins, Strowman, Cedric, and the Viking Raiders. You guys, I mean, obviously, just the main event that we were all asking for, right? A 10-man tag match.
Oh man, they could have fit 2 more guys in there. This
Yo,
wasn't
I was
enough.
frothing at the mouth. Oh, goodness gracious. Street Profits came out. Dude, when are these guys going to be in a match? They're no longer tag champs in NXT. What the hell are we doing with the Street Profits, for real?
I'm okay with them cutting promos for the rest
Dude,
of their
I'm cool
career.
with it. They're so good, but they're just as good in the ring, man. When are we going to use these? Like, Benji, when are we going to use them?
When they're done, like, using mixed tag teams that don't have the same music and, you know, a finisher and, like, matching outfits, that's when they'll come around, when they get back into natural tag team wrestling.
Oh.
I think that's what they're going to do.
Okay, that makes sense, right?
I mean, it does. I mean, we got Ziggler Rude. I mean, how are you going to top that? Street Profits, you know, stay on the sideline for now.
Oh, Jesus. Stop. Oh, no. Oh, hey, listen, man. We may have not seen anyone going for any titles tonight, but we did see D'Angelo Dawkins taking his shot at Sasha Banks, though.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was good. That was good, man. That was good. He said he was into that blue hair. Um,
Do you guys think that Street Profits should move on from just being comedic relief narrators and start having matches, or what's going on with that whole situation?
that's what I was getting into. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Oh, great! That's a great insight
No,
into
come
the question. Thank you very much.
Well, we cover NXT weekly, so you and I know that these they kill it, man. They kill it every time. They got great chemistry. Not to mention they know how to work a match. It's you know what? Here's the thing, though. You see how the tag teams are treated on Raw. Like you see that. Who's to say that they're not more entertaining backstage than they'd be allowed to be if they were tagging on Raw right now?
Maybe the way
So-
Vince ruined NXT talent, maybe Triple H was like, no, you can't have them. And Vince was like, but I'm getting them. And Triple H was like, but they're just staying backstage. They ain't getting in your ring.
Do you guys think that that'll shift once that this whole change, being on Fox and USA, once the whole change happens? Do you think we'll see a
I'm hoping so. Like I'm really hoping
Yeah.
so. Yeah, me too. Like absolutely. Did y'all see the conference call or no, not the conference call, but the short interview? I think someone dropped it in our chat. Triple H talking about
Oh, what did he say?
his take on the war, quote unquote, between.
Oh, he actually commented on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop,
He was
stop
saying
acting
it's not a
surprised,
war.
man. Like you can still talk about it. Oh man, no. It was really mature and it was I guess I don't know, likable. Like I don't really know how to go on about it, but it wasn't like
Was it genuine? Was it genuine, or was it more like business corporate? Like,
I took it as genuine.
I would say genuine.
I took it as genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
What's your
I
take
on
don't
it?
take it as I kind of take it as bullshit, but at the same time, it's not bullshit. Like basically, he tried saying that it's not a war. You know, it's a war. I don't care what you say, it's a war, and there's nothing you like. It's not like a war like it used to be, but you have competition, and you're fighting a war with that competition. Like
Now,
that's what you're doing.
at a risk of sidetracking this whole podcast, do you guys think that it's an actual war, as in that both companies are actively trying to go at each other, or it's more of fabrication from fans and everything wanting to see that intense competition?
I'm expecting to see DX and tanks and bazookas.
Yes, Rob. Way to not go with the safe answer. Just yes. Oh man, yeah, that was It's both. It is both. On a company level, they're just doing their jobs. You know what I mean? They're just trying to stand
Yeah,
out.
it's not like it used to be. But
The fans, though,
it's a business war.
It's
There's no way
because
around it.
we're creating the rivalry. It's the same thing that
Yeah.
happens in sports. The fans create the rivalries.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. But it's
Yeah,
still
for
it's exciting.
For sure. To me, watching that Triple H thing, it kind of just reminded me of how they'll always say the quarterback's really good with the media when he's just like, "Yep, we went out and footballed and we footballed better than the other guy." That's what it sounded like to me. It was
Yeah, that's valid.
Benji has dropped
Like,
out
it was
of the
just-
stream.
It was just, it was just like, of course that's what he said, because what other choice does he have to say other than that, Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's like, okay, boy, I'm real surprised you said something super controversial, bud.
Yeah, well, if you're WWE, you're gonna come across as a bully. Like,
Yeah.
because he did call him piss ants at the Hall of Fame ceremony. And that
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
go
I
over
forgot
too
about
well.
that.
That didn't go over too well. I think Benji sounded like he was gonna say something.
No, I guess the last thing you want to do is start punching, I guess, quote unquote, down and start, motivating them to be better.
Right. Oh, very good point.
Yeah.
Very good point. Yeah, you could be training your own beast essentially. Yeah. So, damn it, man! I can't really delay it anymore. Up next, we had the King of the Ring semifinal triple threat match: Corbin versus Joe
Yeah.
versus Ricochet.
I didn't even know this match was happening. Really?
Wait, wait,
Triple threat
who-
King of the Ring match?
I don't even remember who
Who was
won.
in it?
I don't even remember who won, man. I think it was.
Oh, that's the match that Baron Corbin won. He beat out two of the top guys.
Jesus.
The one guy that we thought was gonna get a push, and the one guy that we finally realized that he's not. Okay.
Man.
Okay. And the guy that should be getting the push really is getting it. Okay. And Vince, get a bigger crown. It doesn't fit his head. It doesn't fit his head. Get a bigger crown.
Oh no. I swear to God. Dude, I am more worried about Corbin winning the whole King of the Ring thing, not for what stories are going to come, but just recording with Rob from here going
He's gonna
forward.
look so good. He's gonna look so good in the meat cake thing. It's gonna look so good, but it's gonna look bad when that crown is too small. Come on, the meat is gonna look
Jesus.
excellent.
You know who that
But
crown
it's
looks like
good.
it could fit? Chad Gable. Looks like it's sized
Yeah.
just right for Chad
Chad
Gable,
Gable.
man. Oh man, we are having some technical difficulties. Holy shit. Rob, you there? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, wait, I hear you now.
Woo, that's better. Okay.
The whole stream just sounded like it was about to crash.
It did.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
better.
it went bad. It went
I
bad.
think we're good now.
Benji, you
Yeah,
there?
it sounds a lot better now.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, that was scary. Okay.
Yeah, that was a close one.
Rob sounded like he was like he just took the red pill and traveled down the Matrix. Okay.
So we were talking about who won? Who won this match?
We were talking about the match
Baron
between
Corbin.
Lacey Evans and Natty, man. Like I think we were.
No, we weren't. No, we were talking about the match before that, where Baron Corbin sat on the throne,
Which
and
I
how
have
and how the crowd
to
is
say,
bigger.
though. The way the crowd was behind, like just chanting
There was
shit,
so,
stuff for him the
there
whole
was
time.
so many Baron Corbin
know.
chants.
I know.
There really was.
Like that was 50-50. Everybody's jumping on a bandwagon.
Ro-
I mean, they ain't got nobody else.
Rob's Twitter following
mean-
is getting too big, apparently.
You know what though? I was surprised by that. The crowd really was behind him a lot, and you know, hey, whatever, I guess. You know.
I know. Oh man.
Which you gotta love to see it when someone gets blocked by somebody for so long.
Yes.
Somehow, some way, somehow, by some miracle, by some act of God,
Act of
It's
God. Yeah.
and now he's the
movement
biggest fan.
works. He knows I exist, and now I get to enjoy it with him.
Kevin, so you don't know this because I don't think you were watching the show, but before you joined, there was actually like an ongoing story week to week on our podcast. Rob had managed to insult Corbin, got himself
I purposely
blocked.
got myself blocked. And then I was like, wait, I'm a fan now. I flipped. And I started a movement
And we
to
started-
get him to unblock me.
Every
Oh,
week,
Jesus.
every week on the show, Rob would beg and plead Baron Corbin to unblock him on Twitter, and it happened. It actually
Maybe
happened.
he's a listener, man.
And then, like, I was getting people to quote me, saying, please unblock me, and getting people to quote me and tag him and say, I'm sorry. And one morning, Claymore Chick, 95 I think it is,
Yeah, I seen her.
she tweeted, Baron Corbin, please unblock, 2 words can't see me. And I was like, it was just before bed. I was like, I appreciate the effort. And I woke up and I seen a reply and it said, can't read this tweet. And my heart dropped. I'm like, this motherfucker responded. He responded. So I want another account, man. I'm not going to lie. I want another account. I'm like, look, I'm sorry. And it worked.
Oh my God. Well, good for you, man.
I know.
No, that's funny though.
It is like after that, like she sent me screenshots of people DMing her saying, "Please get him to unblock me too." She's like, "I don't trust you." Like Rob's legit. He's legit. He likes
Oh
him now.
my
Other people
gosh.
just wanted to do it to see if they could do it.
I can't believe it.
That's
It's still a thing. Like honestly, I forgot about it
Right.
after all this time.
Like
It
I
is
can't
actually
believe
a
it worked
thing.
though. Like he knows I exist. Like I mean, I'm like that guy that he unblocked. I can't wait if there's ever an autograph signing. Well, you don't remember me, but I'm the guy you unblocked. Thank you.
Jeez, I can't wait for that to happen. Oh my gosh.
This is the saddest thing I ever heard of.
I'm telling you.
Oh man.
You know what else was sad?
What else?
Lacey Evans tapped sharpshooter.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about Corbin and the King of
No.
the Ring throne.
Oh man.
Lacey
No.
looked good in that blue though. Just saying.
Yeah. My wife is convinced that she's just hired to be a sex symbol. I was like, I don't know. I mean,
no.
have you seen Mandy Rose? Okay.
I was just
like-
gonna
Yeah,
say Mandy
yeah.
Rose could get away with that, but not Lacey. No.
I think Lacey's got one of the best moonsaults in the game. I mean,
She does,
essentially,
if she hits it.
Yeah, when she hits it, of course. So does Charlotte, but Lacey's got that little jump from the second rope to the top rope. That looks cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that a lot actually.
So the last 2 weeks, I don't know if this is going to turn into anything. Instinct tells me probably not. But Natalia's been looking extra aggressive in the ring, and it's really produced noticeably more entertaining matches, in my opinion, on Natalia's end.
It's just one of those things. I think that they've let her be herself a little bit more. You know, just do what she does. But in the past, it was more focused, technical aspects of stuff that you kind of didn't mesh well. She's found a little something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is a testament to her that she could have such a great match, especially wrestling Lacey.
Oh my gosh. That's a backhand right there. Oh
Jeez.
yeah. Lacey's getting better. She's getting better, but she is it is noticeable. It's just a little too early for her. And I'm trying to be kind. I'm trying to be. But yeah, I do like the Natty now. Like I like her style. I'm just wondering where it really can go once her and Natty or her and Lacey get over this. I mean, because Natty's arguably probably never gonna sniff that title again. Would you say?
I mean, you can't never say never in WWE. I just think that, right, if she can develop what she's doing right now, I think it'll turn. Because you, for one, of course, as you guys listen to the Smack Drop, you guys know that this guy over here wasn't the biggest fan. He's kind of hating on her every single time. Now he's come around and become a full-fledged fan. So I think if she could turn a guy like you around, I think she could be on.
I totally,
Yeah,
I totally forgot about that.
Well, I agree, man. I used to hate on her all the time. But the last few weeks, has been kind of awesome. Like, there were times when I just got up and left when she was on the TV. Like, I just didn't like her at all, But, it's much better now.
Yeah, I'll agree, man. And I guess when I probably should hesitate before I say never, because you go back just a couple of years and you'd swear that Kofi Kingston was never going to get a shot at the title again. So you're right. You never can say never. With this, it's just the winds of change can always start blowing, and you never see what's coming. Speaking of never seeing what's coming, R-Truth and Ennis Cantor. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't follow basketball. Does anyone on here follow basketball?
So you guys only talk about football. You don't talk about real sports. Let me tell you about basketball.
Oh, you mean the sport where it doesn't matter until the last 2 minutes? That sport?
Oh, jeez.
Or the
Louise.
sport that's only 16 games, but whatever. But listen, so this is Ennis Cantor
Because
from the
they
Knicks.
endure more pain in one play than basketball players do in 3 seasons.
Oh my god.
I'm
Anyways,
all for
Anyways.
Hashtag Bills Mafia.
Oh my gosh.
So, anyways, we get
go
our
ahead.
truth and his cancer. Go ahead, tell him about it.
No. I wouldn't mind somebody who actually knows a little bit of backstory on Ennis. That's all.
He played for the Knicks, and then he went to Boston, and the Knicks hate Boston. There you go.
Oh,
He said,
well.
"Screw you guys, I'm going home." And he took his
Simple
ball and he
enough.
went home.
Really played up that heel aspect, I think, especially for not being a non.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He hits like a forehead slam on Truth. I thought that was pretty
I
funny.
know.
Love how like the 24/7 title just makes you way more susceptible to being pinned. It almost like weakens your health bar by like 80%.
I think there's
Roll
been
up.
more roll-up. There's been more roll-up wins for the 24/7 title in this month's span than there has been in the history of wrestling.
There's
ever.
almost been as many
Probably,
roll-ups.
yeah.
There's almost been as many roll-ups as what Samoa Joe has received since he's come to the main roster. Poor Joe.
Yeah.
Did he
Anyway,
lose a match tonight?
he did. 204
Okay,
to a
he did.
640, whatever. Yeah, Truth and Ennis Cantor trade the belt back once and forth. Or back and forth, excuse me. Cantor pinning Truth and then Truth pinning him again. It took place there in like what, a commercial break?
Believe
I
so.
think they
it was
said
a
it was
pre-show.
before.
Pre-show.
Yeah, before they went on air.
Before the show.
Oh, okay. All right. Speaking of stuff that happened, like I guess it's not really like completely on topic, but did you guys notice like they were plugging straight up Steve Austin all night with Gabriel Iglesias, and then the one time that WWE mentioned it, they advertised it with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
No, I didn't notice that,
Yeah,
but that's
like,
pretty funny.
I feel like WWE totally didn't know which episode to advertise. That or USA was wrong all night. Yeah, because USA's ads plugged it with Gabriel Iglesias as the guest all night long, and then USA plugged it one time, and it was with Dale Earnhardt Jr. And I was seriously confused. Maybe one of our listeners is watching the show right now and can tell us, but I don't know.
Yeah, just let us know in the chat. I know you're watching.
Colin, I know you're watching, Colin.
One person
We got a couple probably, like one or two. It was our first live show. They'll come.
that are, yeah, they're on the show already.
That's all right. It'll look. It didn't have to. Kayfabe, all right, come on. Oh, jeez. Got our Firefly Funhouse segment. It's just Stranger Danger, folks. Wait,
Jeez.
what was with Stone Cold, man? He's just a friend that Wyatt hasn't made yet. Should we read into that, man? I was wanting to, but did anyone else get
Well,
that?
I think he it's with Bray Wyatt. He always teases these things, so it always comes to fruition one way or another. So if he didn't get him today, he's in.
Man, I can only dream.
Which it's kind of weird that he's talking about making friends in New York when New York talk about strangers.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Colin replied in our chat, said it's with Fluffy, not Dale. So-
Yes, yeah, because that's what I thought. They were plugging Gabriel Iglesias the whole time, so the
The
Dale
whole
Earnhardt
night.
thing that was kind of threw me off.
yeah, okay, so I wasn't the only one that noticed it. All right, cool. And then last
Speaking
up,
of ads, I gotta
Yeah.
throw my daughter plug real fast. Tyler, you're gonna like this one.
Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal's Icy Hot ad was running all night, right? You know where this
No.
is going? You know where this is going?
Uh-oh.
She's like, Daddy, Uzi hot. I gave her the biggest high five.
Why, Rob, won't you let this die? Okay, like, come on.
Hey, I'm not the
Please.
one that said it, all right? my 8-year-old daughter, which this product that we love is intended for, is the one that brought it up. I'm not gonna not high five her. I mean, I buried it. She brought it up. Let's roll. Let's do this. And it did get brought up on Twitter the other day when somebody dropped a GIF of it. I tagged you. I was like, hey, Kyle,
You
look.
did. It's like, Jesus, can we leave this thing behind us? Oh my god. Oh my god. We. Damn it, Rob. Just- Got our 10-man tag match. Main event of the night. Seth, Braun, Cedric, and the Viking Raiders. Rob having no idea who Cedric is or why he's in the match. Taking on
I've never heard of this guy. Didn't he used to mop floors for WWE or something?
God damn
He worked in the janitor's closet.
Oh my god, he did! He was Gary the Goat! He was mopping floors. Jesus Christ. Ziggler,
Wow.
Ziggler and Rude with the OC. I forgot all about that, Rob. Okay, that's a good callback. Oh my god, dude. I don't even know how to go into this. It's a 10-man tag, folks. Come on now. It's not going to be too big.
I didn't even watch it.
Thanks, Rob.
I didn't even watch it. Like, I seriously, you couldn't invest me less into a match. You really couldn't. It could be two guys from 205 Live that I never heard of, and I'm like, oh, at least I'll check them out. No, you got this. Nope, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it until the end when the glass broke. After whoever won. I don't even know who won.
Just like Stone Cold came out. Yeah. That was weird. That was so weird.
I got scared, though. I thought Wyatt was going to get him.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I was too.
Oh my
He
god.
came out kind of late. They could have played it off as the lights go out and the Wyatt thing happens, and then it goes off air. And then we get a WWE exclusive as to what happened.
Man.
And then, of course, they plug it 15 times next week on Raw.
We really are clutching at straws with the Fiend attacking Stone Cold. It's like the show's
I
over, and we're like,
expected
it
it,
can
like-
still happen. It can still
I expected
happen,
it.
man.
I mean, the way they tried to play him to be the Legend Killer.
Yeah,
Look,
I know.
I mentioned it earlier. Who's the bigger legend? Who's the biggest legend? I mean, he may not be the biggest, but he's the toughest. I mean, he's the toughest SOB to ever wrestle.
I mean, he's
So you get
arguably
Stone
the
Cold,
most.
That's it.
He's like the most famous wrestler. Him and The Rock, I
Mhm.
guess. You know, he's the biggest draw of all time. He's got to be. It's crazy that
But-
Stone Cold can still own a crowd.
Right.
Better than pretty much anybody on the main roster. Do you think that's due to his due to the nostalgia pop, and it wouldn't last if we saw him more often, or is that really just a talent Stone Cold owns that is missing from today's crop of wrestlers?
Well,
I think.
I was
Go ahead.
gonna say, if you compare it to when The Rock was coming back, just for like the same kind of appearances, he kind of lost his luster a little bit with the crowd, and it wasn't so much for him appearing as much. He just lost that touch, I guess, with the crowd. But Stone Cold seems to have not lost that. Even if he appears less, regardless of that, when he comes out, he enters that. He knows how to enter that mode and connect with them. I feel like maybe with the whole the movie business and everything, kind of lost that little feel of how to get a crowd back without just going back to his catchphrases, his shticks, and all that stuff. Stone Cold know how to maneuver around that. Yeah, the nostalgia bubble usually pops, but he's learned how to like tiptoe around that a bit. I think more so than anyone, and that's just with experience. And I think being at the height that they were, the experience that they it would be impossible for anyone on the main roster right now to say that they can even come close to that. It's just was at a whole nother level, a whole different time period, if anything, they can learn a lot just from watching how he does it and conducts himself and everything, but I just think it's one of those things where someone has worked on their craft so much and paid attention to those little details. Maybe throughout time we modernize and everything, we kind of lose a sense of that. And he's one of those guys that's just been so good at mastering and honing his craft, even when he steps away from the business, to just come back and it's just like a second nature. But that's just my opinion.
No, it's really good. Like that's
Yeah.
on point.
Yeah.
I would argue that.
I think a lot of it too is he comes from a time when majority of it wasn't scripted.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, I mean, obviously, it's
Yeah.
because he's good enough to not have to be scripted. But nowadays, it's all scripted, so the guys don't have time to hone the skills because they have to go out.
Yeah.
They have to write what's on a piece of paper, so they can't practice
point.
and see what works and what doesn't.
To
I
add
think that's a big part
to
of
that,
it.
yeah, to add to what you just said, I don't know if you guys have noticed, especially with promos now, for some wrestlers, Becky Lynch or Bailey or even Natalia, you started to notice them not be as scripted. You know, it seems like they're testing the waters with that, with scripting the promos less and giving them more leeway. So that's a good point that you bring up with the whole and having to adhere so much like word for word for it. That you're right that they don't get to hone those skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they say? Well, I read a while ago that like Kevin Owens was allowed to go off script a little bit. Like they were giving him that leash or that leeway to do that. I don't remember for sure, but
No, I remember hearing about it too.
But you see the difference once they get just a little bit of leeway. You see the difference, and sure, some guys and women are not going to be able to do that only because they haven't had to do it, you know. But I think
yeah.
that it there's a lot more to gain from.
Yeah. No, I mean absolutely. Do you think that Stone Cold stays more in tune with the wrestling fans because he still pursues wrestling related career opposed to The Rock, who's just gone movie star and not really anything he does on a normal basis is related to wrestling?
100%.
I think that's a valid point because you even see like a Chris Jericho, even when he's not wrestling, he's still doing podcasts, still interviewing other wrestlers, still staying in the zeitgeist of what is the wrestling, community and all that stuff. So that's a very
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it too. Why a crowd is going to always respond better to Stone Cold because he's just more in tune with them. The Rock, not saying The Rock can't channel it, but The Rock's not living the wrestling life still, where Stone Cold
just
is.
being that movie star. It doesn't feel like he's one. Not that he's not. He doesn't connect as much just because he's so much larger than life. He just seems so much bigger than versus Stone Cold.
Yeah.
He's Stone Cold still has that everyman feel.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
He never lost that. And he's still jacked. That's the thing about,
know.
dude, he still is jacked at, in his 50s. He looks insane, man.
Yeah, he's in good shape.
Which, to plug his show, I don't know if anyone watched. Pretty good, man.
The straight up Steve Austin?
You should check it out.
No, I'm waiting to
It's
binge it, man. I'm waiting for, a chance to binge it. I'm totally going to go through the whole season. But, speaking of Stone Cold, he definitely overshadowed this 10-man tag. The 10-man tag, if it was meant to build anyone, I would say the Viking Raiders slightly, but it's going to be Cedric Alexander overall. He did get the clean pin. The clean pin over AJ Styles with the lumbar check. He didn't roll him up out of nowhere. Nah, he hit him with the lumbar check. The only other thing to highlight that came from this was I think going into the second commercial where all 10 participants were hitting big move after big move. I don't know if you guys have seen that famous SmackDown clip where all the major main stars were coming in one after another, hitting their finishers.
Yeah.
This kind of strummed up that feeling for me, even though it wasn't finisher after finisher.
Those chaotic moments, I think, are if anything, are the best parts to look forward to in such a clustered match. With 10 people, once down and everyone's hitting move after move, and it's just left to right. I think that's probably the more entertaining aspect out of something like this that you can get just when you get that car crash feel.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, I completely agree. But that was it. I mean, afterwards, after Alexander hit the lumbar check, he got the clean pin on AJ Styles, and then just out of nowhere, we get Stone Cold's music. And Stone Cold comes out, and he has a beer bash with everybody. I will say one thing, though. The Viking Raiders know how to participate in a beer bash. That is for sure, man. Those guys looked like they were having a blast out there.
Dude, you're drinking beer with
Stone Cold on Monday Night Raw.
Come on,
in Madison Square Garden.
Dude,
there's nothing better.
That
The
is,
only thing better than taking a stunner.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, for real.
Actually, that brings up a good question. Would you rather take a stunner from Stone Cold
Drink a beer.
or drink a beer?
Drink a beer. Just saying.
Man, I don't know, man. I might want to get stunned.
That's a hard one.
I might want to get stunned. They're both really good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both really good. I don't know. Yeah, I can't come up with it. I can't come up with it. I'm gonna say take a stunner. I'm gonna say take a stunner is what I would do.
Yeah. I wouldn't be disappointed with either. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah. What about you, Benji?
I cut off a bit. What was the question?
What would you rather do? Take a stunner from Stone Cold in front of a crowd, or do a beer bash with him?
Oh, give me the stuff. I will sell this shit. I'm going through the second.
Rob jamming out to Stone Cold's music. I can hear that.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
Biggest pop in wrestling history.
Dude, yeah.
Nothing will cause a bigger pop than that glass break.
That glass shatter, man. No, you're absolutely right. It's going to be it would be something, man. It would definitely be something.
I was kind of disappointed when September 28th, 1998, when Raw is War was at the Joe Louis Arena. It was my best friend's birthday, and his aunt bought us tickets. And that's when Stone Cold stole the Zamboni and drove it into the ring.
Oh, my God.
The sound system died. We got the glass break, and everybody went nuts, and then all of a sudden the sound system died, and his music stopped playing. I'm like, what a disappointment. Like, we waited months for this, and it went away. We just didn't get it.
Oh, man.
Like, I mean, it was cool and all. We got the Zamboni and whatever, but, man.
The music wasn't
playing.
there.
My buddy and I just looked at each other like, did that really just happen? Did it just stop playing? And it's funny because if you go back and watch it, like, he ran over a light with the Zamboni, and that's when the sound system stopped. I was
Wow. I didn't even know that.
Dude, yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just coincidence. Like, I really do. But he ran over a light, and then the sound died. So it's like, did they have the sound wired to that one particular light? I mean, what are you guys doing?
Nah, man, it was the pop from the crowd. It blew the speakers. That's the story I'd tell.
There it is. Yeah.
It didn't have a terrible
loud.
sound system. I mean, it was fine. Just, it couldn't handle us.
Oh, man.
It is, Kyle, you and I talked about ICP once, another little mini story.
I think
That's
I
when
remember.
I was a Juggalo, and I was in the ICP.
Yeah.
And like that's when ICP was with the oddities, and I was paying for a $6 slice of pizza, and like the lady gave me my pizza, and I handed her a $20 bill, and she started getting my change, but then the hee happened. I ran away. I took my pizza. I ran away. You keep change. Bye. I'm not missing this. And like I stood on a staircase doing hands like this, and a security guard was like, "You got to move." I'm like, "Wait, hold on, just give me a minute." And then I'll never forget it. So I ate a $20 slice of pizza for ICP.
There you go. Jesus.
Wow.
I
didn't
forgot
miss
they
the
were
intro,
involved
though.
with wrestling. Don't they
Yeah.
have like their own
And
like backyard wrestling promotion or something?
Well, they had JCW, which like if you weren't a Juggalo, you weren't into it. It was all giggles and games. Like they had a guy, his name was Izzy High, and then they had a dude like this big fat guy. His name was Big Flame, and like they played their characters so well, but it was such shit wrestling. It was called Juggalo Champion Shit Wrestling. If you weren't a Juggalo, you weren't. No, it wasn't for you.
Shout
You
out
had-
to all
you-
the juggalos and juggalettes.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit.
Oh my gosh.
But it is funny, after ICP left WWE, went to WCW, like, I had an interview, like, non-wrestling related interview. He's like, Vince McMahon had us out there waving our hands back and forth like idiots. I didn't want no part of that. I'm like, but you did it, though.
I
You
honestly,
did it like everybody else.
I didn't realize that they were like a rap group, because I remember them in WCW with Vampiro.
Yeah.
And
Vampiro, actually, he's on a couple of their songs, like, talking.
Jesus.
Like, Vampiro, child of the rancid, wretched darkness. It's crazy. It's bad. The song's good.
This is
in
better
my
than
opinion,
the entire
but-
recap, man.
like, it's not. It's funny.
Oh, that's good, man. That's awesome. No, I can't believe how much the Juggalos have been around pro wrestling. Oh, ICP has been around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they
It's
have
nuts.
been, man. They were part of like local scenes because they're big wrestling marks.
I remember
They're
I had
huge wrestling marks.
on the original Xbox way back when. I think it was like Backyard Wrestling or Backyard Wrestling 2. They were featured in the game. I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
This is all before my time.
Hey, you're not that much
Yeah.
younger than us. Stop.
It was a while ago, though, man.
You're like
That was a
maybe like
while
3 years
ago.
younger than me. It may have been before you.
Now, there's another thing that you probably didn't know existed. ICP had 2 tapes called Stranglemania and Stranglemania 2.
That
And
is
it was
two
them,
things I didn't know existed.
it was them dubbing their own audio over like Japanese death matches. And
Oh,
like
jeez.
I don't remember who he fought, but one of them was Terry Funk over in Japan. I don't remember who he fought, but it was like a blood match. It was barbed wire and thumbtacks and bombs, and these ICP was just going ham. And like you gotta hear it for it to be funny. But like Terry Funk put the dude under a table and then put the other half of the table on top of him and went to jump off the top rope. And Violent J's like, he's making a table sandwich, and Two Dope goes, don't call it a sandwich because he's gonna want to eat it.
What?
Okay, I want to review that show for our throwback this
shit.
weekend. Screw WCW's Clash of Champions
And then-
88.
The second one I don't really remember. It wasn't as good, but the first one was excellent. It was just them dubbing stupid, funny shit over actual death matches, and I wouldn't trade that I watched them for the world. It was so good.
Oh my
He's gonna
god.
want to eat it.
That's so.
Jeez Louise. Such a dignified episode of the Smack Drop podcast we've been shooting.
Absolutely.
Anyways, man, that's our show tonight. Make sure you guys join us tomorrow when we cover SmackDown. I think a couple of us will be here. Me, you, and you, Rob, right? And I think we got Sebastian and Colin. If Colin's still there, I think Colin will be on the show. That'll be some fun.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So really, I mean, such an awesome show. Ended kind of on a lull, but hey, we had the Viking Raiders and Stone Cold in a beer bash, so that's always going to be a plus. Whenever we got Benji on the show, we like to have closing words with Benji. So Benji,
However, today I want to mix things up and throw a curve. I want to bestow the honor of closing this show. Let's see what he's got
Oh.
on the spot
Kevin, yes.
on a live stream. Close us out.
Stone Cold for life. The Fiend will never get him. I'd drink a beer and then I'd stun Stone Cold. There's those. There you go.
Yes.
Thanks, Rob.
Got you, boo boo.
All right. Awesome show, you guys.
Yeah, that was fun.
Hey, man. Good show. Good show. Oh, my
I
goodness.
think I just need to fix my connection a bit. I was cutting off.
Yeah, it's
You cut off a lot on my end. I have to piece together what you're saying all the time.
got a little choppy here and there, but hey, I mean, it's to be expected. It happens.
I mean, it works.
I mean, it's the
So
first.
if
It's the
If
first.
there's ever a time where you like expect a response from me and you don't get nothing, that's why. 'Cause I'm like,
Mm.
No, yeah, it was going like
Dude,
it kept cutting off for me, man.
at one point, all three of you were like done. Like on my end, it said the voice connected was down at like the 1 bar red, and like
Yeah.
everybody was chopped up. I was like, oh god, here it goes.
Yeah, I thought the feed died at that point, honestly, because I couldn't hear anybody either.
Like y'all were asking me, like you're all talking and asking me questions, and I kind of had to like, okay, let me bullshit this answer because I don't know what the hell.
So, would you rather take a stunner or a beer from Steve Austin? Man, Mandy Rose is a sex symbol. You guys are crazy.
Oh
Pretty
man.
much.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was fun.
That was fun,
I
you
want to watch
guys.
Single Mania now. I'm gonna fucking get a hold of it. I'm sure it's on the internet somewhere.
Okay. With that,
Don't
I'm
call
gonna
it
actually.
a sandwich because he's gonna want to eat.